Now at 6, we'll learn how Good Samaritans helped a Parsons, Kansas family when their home caught fire. Plus, Ascension Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh gives an update following a ransomware attack on its systems. And we'll check out a program in Erie, Kansas, highlighting methods to maintain a healthy environment.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Parsons Police Department is recognizing the efforts of Good Samaritans following a fatal house fire. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. Authorities say they have been interviewing those who assisted to learn more about their actions and to also thank them for stepping up. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more.
I feel for the remaining kids that are still alive, all her friends, family, co-workers. It's a horrible tragedy.
Tragedy is the word that has been used to describe this fatal house fire in Parsons, which took the life of a mother and her 18-month-old baby. But in this story of tragedy, a bit of good is brought to light.
As a community, when something like this happens, that we are there for each other, that we are there to support each other, help each other. This tragedy could have been a lot worse had it not been for the Good Samaritans.
Following the fire, the Parsons Police Department was made aware of the involvement of several Good Samaritans. They asked for those involved to come forward to do interviews with authorities so they can learn more about what happened. Officials say many were helping to assist victims even before firefighters, EMS, and police arrived.
We had some that brought the kids out and the mom. We had others that were helping take them across the street to get them away from the fire. We had some just there to help in any way they could.
Authorities in Parsons say they just want to thank the brave Good Samaritans who stepped up in a time of need.
The biggest thing I could tell them is that how much and how grateful that we at the police department, that they were there and that they could help this family. And while it still ended up being a tragedy with the 2 deaths, we still have, the remaining people. And to me, that's important that they stepped up and helped.
Reporting in Parsons, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Parsons Police Department says they're still investigating the fire, including its cause. Multiple other agencies are involved, including the Kansas State Fire Marshal's Office and the Labette County Sheriff's Office. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, temperatures across the region starting to cool down a little bit. Lamar 77, same as Nevada and Stockton as well. 82 in Oswego and Welch. 84 in Independence, so we are cooling down. We're going to get down to the low 60s, upper 50s tonight, so a little bit of a cooler night before we start to really warm up this week. We still have a flood advisory in effect until Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. in Vernon County, and we also have along the Neosho River still a flood warning in effect until Wednesday morning, so stay wary of that. We had a lot of rainfall this past weekend. Now, moving through the rest of the week, we're going to stay pretty dry. We don't have any chance of rain until the following week, and temperatures are really starting to warm up. I'll have more details in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. A Dunawig, Missouri man is charged with child sex crimes. Jasper County detectives last week searched the home of 36-year-old David Arnott as part of their investigation. And they arrested him during the search, and he is now charged with 2 counts of first-degree sodomy and 1 count of furnishing pornographic material to a minor. The Missouri Department of Conservation announced it is temporarily closing the Walter Woods Conservation Area in Newton County. The department says it noted structural concerns with vehicular and pedestrian bridges during a recent inspection. The reopening date has not yet been set because of EPA remediation work scheduled to begin there later this year. The inspection was a precursory step in the remediation work. Erie, Kansas City Public Library and Neosho County Conservation District held a Conservation Day program today. The program emphasizes to kids the importance of different organisms and cycles in our environment. Officials also hope it sparks interest in children for career paths in conservation in the future.
It gives them an interest. At a young age like that, it gives them an interest, and then when they get into high school, maybe that interest is stuck with them and they can start looking into careers of how they can get into conservation of some sort.
The students today created their own edible dirt to learn more about soil. Well, young musicians today had a chance to advance their skills. Pitt State hosted the Josiah Fletcher Jazz Camp for students in 6th through 12th grades. The two-day camp provided the students with an educational experience regardless of their skill level. The camp is hosted in honor of Josiah Fletcher, a Pittsburgh High School student and bass player who passed away during his senior year.
We are so grateful for all our supporters. We've had so many supporters that have come in and made this possible. This is a really great opportunity for some of our students to work not only in a wonderful facility like the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts, but then also with these professional musicians to truly get even more tips that they can take and put into their own practice.
The camp continues tomorrow before it's capped off with a concert at 6 p.m. Well, coming up, how rural hospitals are getting some free cybersecurity assistance. Plus, local golfers tee off in a tournament raising money for children in the hospital. Patient documentation technology at Ascension Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh is back online. The systems were taken offline following a ransomware attack earlier this year. Now, officials say this update should mean improved efficiencies and wait times for patients. Rural hospitals across the country could soon get help with their cybersecurity thanks to two national companies. Chris Bryant spoke with the Missouri Rural Health Association about the new programs Microsoft and Google are offering.
If they have patients in the hospital currently and they get attacked by a cyber attack, it can affect all levels. So everything is digitized now.
Healthcare and public health are a popular target for ransomware attacks in the United States. According to the 2023 FBI Internet Crime Report, nearly 1,200 critical infrastructure organizations reported attacks to their systems. Of those, 249 were healthcare and public health.
So when a hospital is attacked, time is of the essence. They have to get services restored quickly. Otherwise, they're going to have to transfer patients out of the hospital to other facilities, which means a loss of more income for the organization. In some cases, it can take a massive toll on these hospitals that could take years to recover from.
Now the largest software company in the world is stepping up to help rural hospitals. Microsoft is offering rural healthcare companies nonprofit pricing and discounts of up to 75% for security products and advanced security programs for a year at larger hospitals.
Rural hospitals have been hit with cyber attacks in the past, so this is a massive plus for our rural hospitals to be able to get us some assistance. IT is notoriously expensive, and these cyber attacks, when they happen, a lot of the times the hospitals just pay the ransom, and that could be millions and millions of dollars that they just don't have in their bottom line.
The partnership includes Microsoft, Google, the Biden-Harris administration, American Hospital Association, and the National Rural Health Association. For the Missouri Rural Health Association, it sees this as a win for rural health care and could save lives.
So the medical records, they could have issues accessing that. They could have issues with medication dispensing. A lot of the times, medication is dispensed from a machine. And so if for some reason it got attacked as well, I know that happened recently at a hospital here in Missouri. They were having to really scramble to be able to fill prescriptions even. They were having to do it by hand, which can lead to medication errors. It's just a huge undertaking.
Well, some local golfers today helped raise money for children battling disease. Storms postponed the Freeman Health System Tournament of Miracles last week, so it teed off today instead at Twin Hills Golf and Country Club in Joplin. The 18-hole, 4-person golf scramble raises money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals at Freeman Health System. That money helps pay for treatment of children in the program.
Because all these people, we don't know them, but the fact that they care about children like Vincent is amazing. We could not get Vincent what he needs without having the help and having the resources. So watching all these strangers come together and how they interact with him and how they just care, and it's amazing.
This is the 32nd year Freeman has hosted the Tournament of Miracles. A little later, several Southeast Kansas wrestlers are taking part in the USA National Wrestling Duels to represent the state.
And we're warming up this week. I'll have more details right after the break. Well, it was a really great looking day. We'll go take a look outside of downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Few cloud streaks out there, but overall it was pretty sunny today. And we did get up to the low 80s as well. Not as warm as what we're going to see later on this week, but still pretty warm out there. We've got a flood advisory still in effect for Vernon County until Tuesday, 8 a.m. And then still the Neosho River's got a little flood warning on it until Wednesday morning in a few of our counties as well. So flood is still a concern from all the rain that we got last week. But luckily we're going to dry out. We don't see any more rain going on for the next week and a half, not until next week. So we're going to stay pretty dry. Temperatures are going to warm up. And as we move into the summer months, we are completely out of a drought, but seeing as we're seeing temperatures already getting into the 90s this weekend, we're really concerned with not getting a lot of rainfall this summer and going back into a drought. So we'll stay mindful of this as we move into the next couple of months. Today, our humidity values were less than 40% across the counties, 45% in Lamar, 45% in Pittsburgh, 30% in Commerce, 31% in Chautauqua. So a little bit drier out there, but later on this week, when we do see those temperatures start to warm up, humidity values are also going to warm up. It's going to make it feel a lot hotter than what it actually is. That doesn't start tonight, though. Temperatures dropping down to the low 60s, upper 50s for our low tonight. Clouds start to increase in the overnight hours, and we do have a pretty cloudy day on Tuesday. It is going to get pretty warm in the upper 80s again, but with the cloud coverage, it might not feel so bad. That's just going to be on Tuesday. Then we move into the rest of the week. Sun comes out, and we've got a nice long ridge forming over most of western U.S., and we're going to stay pretty dry. We've got a couple chances of rain, very low chances, 20% Friday night, and then again next Wednesday. But until then, it's just going to be pretty dry and sunny and warm. So as we move into the summer months, right now we're still only in that 80 to 90 degree threshold, but in the next couple of weeks, we're already going to get up into the 90s, maybe even heading 100. And not to mention with the humidity values, it's going to feel even worse than that. So stay hydrated out there. Try not to spend too much time outside, especially without enough water. Because we do have temperatures getting into the 90s, 95 by Sunday. The low temperatures in the low 70s every night this week. And then we've got those couple chances of rainfall Friday night, low chance, and then again next Wednesday. But we've got a lot of sunny days in the forecast, so you can spend some time outside this week since we're not getting a lot of severe weather anymore.
No, my kids are enjoying all the opportunities they can get at the pool, to go to the pool.
To be outside. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just keep applying that sunblock. Be safe.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, still ahead, we'll meet the local wrestlers competing at the national level at the USA National Wrestling Duels. The USA National Wrestling Duels began this week, and multiple young athletes from Southeast Kansas get to represent their state. KOAM sports reporter Brock Baldridge has their story.
The USA Wrestling National Duels get underway, and a handful of young athletes get to represent Team Kansas.
We got 5 or 6 local kids from Southeast Kansas qualified for the national duel tournaments. The first set of national duels is in Council Bluffs, Iowa, I believe. It's going to be the elementary age group, which is like 12 and under. And then we also have 2 Pittsburgh kids that qualified for 14 and under national duels that are in Philadelphia. This area is represented real well from on a national level the next couple weeks.
Traveling the country and competing at a national stage is something wrestling coach L.C. Davis has prepared them for.
Know that they train with the best down here in Southeast Kansas and go represent what we are, hard-working people that give it their all and do their best. So I think they'll go out there and do well as long as they go out there with confidence.
One of the kids competing at nationals in Philadelphia is L.C.'s son, D.K., who's looking forward to representing his state.
It's great, you don't really get this many, memories with your parents and stuff, so it's really nice to have this memory. Usually, most people from Kansas are usually in like Wichita and Kansas City, and it's nice to have a few Southeast Kansas kids representing the state.
Man, it's exciting for me as a coach as well to see my kids. I got a couple Pittsburgh kids wrestling on a national level, so it's going to be awesome, as well as my son. So looking forward to it and just going to be soaking it all in.
Then there's Baylor Bowman, who's putting in the final touches for his journey to wrestle at nationals in Iowa.
It's going to be a fun experience. You know, you may never win a match, but at least go out there and try to win a match. Have fun and just do the best you can to win.
Baylor's got a few ideas on what he'll do no matter the result.
Take them down, turn them, and try to just win. And if you don't, just have fun, go off the mat, walk off like a man.
In Pittsburgh, Brock Baldridge, KOAM Sports.
I like Baylor's advice. The 14 and under age group competes in Philadelphia. That tournament begins on Wednesday. That's a look for sports. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We'll meet the newest member of a farm in Joplin, a baby alpaca. Plus, the city of Springfield is suing a 3M plant over water pollution. And with home insurance rates skyrocketing, we'll have tips to find the best rates. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, a two-headed snake is the latest attraction at the Burr Oak Woods Nature Center in Blue Springs, Missouri. Alan Shope has more on the marvel of nature.
She, or they, are a two-headed snake.
Her name is Tiger Lily.
She's kind of a celebrity.
The nearly 7-year-old two-headed western rat snake is on loan from the Shepherd of the Hills Preserve in Branson. She's on tour to different cities in Missouri this summer. Her first stop, the Burr Oak Woods Nature Center in Blue Springs.
She was found as a young snake by two boys. They found her under their deck, realized it was something special.
Becky says she's too rare to even contemplate.
Usually in the wild, they're not going to survive.
Because she says both heads compete for food.
Very common snake in Missouri.
That, she says, can live to be 30 years old and get up to 6 feet long. But, she adds, they're very docile. And how do you tell them apart?
Got Tiger over here and Lily on this side. Tiger tends to be a little more dominant.
She adds,
we do have to feed both heads, so one head doesn't think that it's stressed and not eating.
How they do that?
We put a little Dixie cup over one head as we're feeding the other.
It can be confusing.
There goes Tiger trying to go one direction and Lily's trying to go the other.
But she says,
and two heads are better than one.
And why not? She says kids love her.
It's very cool. I mean, how many times do you get to see a two-headed snake that's sticking two tongues out at you?
As long as it's not like a two-headed poisonous snake.
Well, I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it'd be cool either way. I don't want it to bite me.
Yeah.
That's where the poisonous, scary part comes in.
Well, no, but it looks like it's a fun snake, so go for it.
There you go.
Real quick on the weather.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty warm and sunny for a while, actually. Summertime.
Well, that's summer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.